I'm not even kidding when I say this is now the 4th time I've tried to start this video. I've decided to film an updated 50 facts video rather than giving you a beauty or a fashion one today, because I haven't done one in about a year and a half, and I thought it would just be sort of like a new era of CopperGarden if I just started fresh with everything. So these facts are going to be slightly different from the ones in my last video, however some are the same because it's quite hard to think of 50 facts about yourself. At the end of the video, if you liked it, don't forget to leave me a random fact about you down in the comments, because I'd love to know something about each of you, and just I'd like to know things about you guys, really. I am really sarcastic. I think you could pretty much talk to any of my friends and they'll tell you I'm the most sarcastic person ever. I don't really tend to take things very seriously, and I've always got a sarcastic comment to reply with. I procrastinate a lot. I am quite known for just sitting in my room and doing pretty much everything but my uni work. For example, right now I should be doing some project work and I'm filming some videos. So I think that kind of just goes to show how much I procrastinate and how little I actually do what I'm supposed to be doing. I can play the flute. I've been able to play since I was about 7 years old, I think. I used to play in primary school and I did a couple of grades, I can't remember which ones, but I stopped when I went to secondary school because we couldn't find a teacher that I got on with. I just kind of lost interest. I'm really protective of CopperGarden. It's literally my baby and I have worked really hard to build it up to what it is today, even though it's only small. I'm really protective and I want big things for the website and YouTube channel that I've created. I'm really excited for what the future has to offer. I just can't wait for my channel to develop and see where I am at in a few years' time. I didn't wear makeup until the age of 16 because I didn't have any money to buy any makeup and I just didn't know how to put it on. I walk really fast. My favourite place to shop is ASOS because I love how many brands they've got and the fact it's online, and the next day delivery is really good, and I just love everything that ASOS has. I fantasise and dream about having my own place quite a lot. Because I'm at uni, obviously living with other people and stuff, you don't really get to put your stamp on the place as such. Like, you kind of get your room, but it's a bit dingy and not the best, so I'm just really excited to get my own place. I actually started my YouTube channel at the age of 16 and it was really rubbish. My first ever video was filmed on a webcam and it was how to do the Lauren Conrad hair braid. Yeah, I'm a self-confessed hoarder. I really struggle to get rid of things. If I've got anything in my bedroom, I will find a reason for it to be there. Be it a book or a glue stick or a brush or anything. I struggle to get rid of things because I just think I'm going to have a use for it at some point. Same with clothes, but I am actually selling a hell of a lot on eBay. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link below. I named my car George and it is a burgundy car covered in daisies. A little bit of a hippie mobile, but I absolutely love it. My car is actually covered in scratches because I crashed into my boyfriend's gate the second day that I had it, so I put the flowers there to cover the scratch. Didn't really work, it probably just draws more attention to it. I own about 10 different types of tea, be it apple and cinnamon or lemon and ginger or green tea or tiny tea or anything like that, but I rarely drink it, I normally just drink coffee. My favourite makeup brand is MAC. I can't save money to save my life. I'm always broke, basically. If I'm going out with friends, I'd much rather go to a pub or a bar than a club. I don't really like the clubbing atmosphere. I used to be in a girl band with my best friend Shah and we called ourselves Vanity's Pride. We made a few songs which we had on Bieber and stuff, and until recently she still had all of them, but now they've kind of just disappeared because her phone broke, so we no longer have any of those songs, which is a shame because they were really funny to listen back to, but I'm quite glad that that chapter of my life is not allowed to be repeated. My top celebrity crush is Zac Efron, which may surprise most people because I'm obsessed with One Direction, but I've loved Zac Efron since High School Musical days. I spend most of my time in my bedroom. I'm quite a loner really. I love spending time on my own. If I'm sat in my room, I can just get on with my blogging, get on with my YouTube channel stuff, I can do my uni work and just pretty much just have my own company. When I was about 8 years old, I used to hallucinate before I went to bed. I used to think that the walls were either caving in on me or getting really far away and I was like floating into space. So my mum and dad pretty much had to check on me like 300 times a night to make sure that I was okay. I'm actually really shy around people I don't know, which might strike people as a bit weird because I come across as really confident, but if I meet you, I'm always worried about what people think of me, so I tend to keep myself to myself quite a bit unless I'm really comfortable around you. My eyebrows move quite a lot. Me and my friend Hayley were laughing because I said in one of my videos I have one more active side of my face, which is this side if you hadn't already noticed, but my eyebrows are really expressive, so they tend to sort of like show my expression a lot, and I don't mean to do it, but now you're going to notice it for the rest of the video. Phone calls make me really nervous. I'm very opinionated. I'm open about this. I'm not shy about spreading my opinions, but I'm very opinionated. I'm not necessarily the kind of person that always has to be right about my opinions, but I'm very opinionated. I want to travel the world. Before I go to sleep, I read the Daily Mail app. I'm not entirely sure why, because it's so much rubbish. My favourite series on television is Gossip Girl, however I do really like Vampire Diaries as well. I talk really fast, which you've probably noticed from my videos, and I sometimes mix my words up, so it takes me quite a long time to film because I have to say the same sentence about 6 times. I say literally a lot. If I was a boy, I was going to be called William James. On my forehead I have 2 really strange lumps that's kind of like when my brain grew quicker than my skull could form properly, and when I was younger a teacher once thought that I'd whacked my head and wouldn't let me go home because the bumps wouldn't go down, and my mum had to come in and explain that that was just the shape of my forehead. Yeah. I have 2 tattoos. I've got an anchor on my wrist and a coat hanger on my arm. Both have meanings, but they're quite personal to me, so I don't really like to go into them much. I pretty much always wear oversized clothes. I'm not really one for tight clothing because I'm always conscious of how I look, but I love big jumpers and skinny jeans. I don't eat red meat. I haven't done for about 4 years now. I'll have the occasional like burger or sausages or something, but through preference I just don't eat it. When I was about 6 or 7 years old, my brother kicked out my front teeth. They weren't ready to be out yet, so I had a massive gap at the front of my mouth for about 6 months until my big teeth grew through. I absolutely love the smell of lavender. It's my favourite scent in the world, and I would happily have lavender candles burning all the time. Which leads me on to the next point. I always have candles burning, probably about 6 at a time as well, and I've got about 700 tea lights sat in my cupboard waiting to be used. My favourite dessert of all time is rice pudding. I love going to IKEA. CopperGarden was actually named by my friend Toby. I didn't think of the name myself. It's a really creative name, I absolutely love it, but I can't take credit for it because it wasn't my idea. I've got a bit of an obsession with pro markers. If you don't know what they are, they're basically these. These are what you use for fashion and graphics, and they scan in really well on Photoshop, so they're really good for my course. I've got a bit of an addiction and I just buy them all the time. I used to dye my hair all the time, but I haven't actually dyed it in about 14 months, which means that my hair is now in really good condition and it's growing super fast. I rarely eat breakfast, but if I do, I go through like a stage where I just eat it every single day, and I normally have porridge. I love the colour grey, whether it's in bedrooms or clothing or anything. I absolutely love the colour grey. I live away from home at university, but I can't wait to move back again afterwards and be near my friends because I really miss them. At university I study menswear design. Actually I study fashion design, but I specialised in menswear. Cranberry juice is pretty much one of my favourite things. I drink it quite a bit. It just tastes really good and I just love it. If there's an emotional film, I cry. I watch Hollyoaks pretty much every single day. I'm not really sure why I started watching it or when, but for the past few years I've kept up nearly every single day, and it's really sad, but I just do. I've never seen the film Frozen, which may surprise most people because it's so popular, but I've just never sat down and watched it. So that was 50 random facts about me. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope that you can maybe relate to me on some of those facts. I know when I watch these videos I'm normally sat there thinking, yeah, I do that as well, or yeah, that's me too. So maybe you've done the same. If you have, let me know in the comments which of those facts relates to you as well. If not, just give me a random fact about yourself because I'd love to get to know you more. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I hope that you enjoy the new lighting and things, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys!